I come in here and I start trying to develop the idea. Trying to think of an example. Um, Half Past the Blues. That, as I think we talked about in the presentation, that was that was not an inspired kind of thing. That was just my trying in my waking hours. I wasn't even half asleep or anything, but I was just trying to think of a title that had some kind of a twist on blues. Two steps from the blues, buried alive in the blues, and then somehow I was graced with the idea, just trying to think of the idea, and I thought of Half Past the Blues. Uh, that could be what time it is, when everything's going wrong, or when it's come to some horrible point that you always avoided facing or whatever. So Half Past the Blues. And so then I start writing backwards, and I think, now how can I lead up to Half Past the Blues? And well, okay, all the time you're showing is Half Past the Blues. Okay, so I go backwards from there. So I think, okay, let's take a bad woman, a bad love here, for example, at least for a verse or for 4 lines. So I kind of go backwards from Half Past the Blues, and then you got your blues, you, shoes, all that. And so you say, she said it wouldn't take much to keep her satisfied. 2 weeks later, she was sneaking on the side over town, writing hot checks on you, and it all comes down at the stroke of Half Past the Blues. Okay, now I got something going. Well, we'll stay on the woman a little bit longer. Now I've got a format going. I know that I gotta make 3 lines and then tie it all up with the title line again. So I continue on this bad woman. She fired off your pistol in the middle of the street, humiliated. Right? Oh my God, she's gone berserk. Screamed out your name, that you were a no good thief. And while you were sleeping, she stole your watch right off of you. You lost your watch. Now all the time you're showing is Half Past the Blues. Okay, now I need to develop the music, right? So we've been doing this. And all the time you're showing is Half Past the Blues. Now we've been on this for 8 lines, so it's time to develop the harmonic structure. Actually, we'll go to the 4. And you love it till the kingdom come and the dam breaks, till the ghosts pass over, if that's what it takes, till the pigs fly and all the dogs run loose. Half Past the Blues. Yeah, of course I thought about Dylan, you know, if dogs run free, why not me, and all that. But yeah, you know, you're thinking, when could this happen? You know, when hell freezes over, when pigs fly, when all the dogs run loose. It's kind of that apocalyptic kind of, you know, when hell freezes over kind of thing. So I've done all this. Now, for a long time, for maybe as long as a year, I thought, okay, I've got the whole format. But finally, I came to the realization that it needed still another section. So then, that's when, is that what time it is? Did you think this would never happen to you? And if you had it to do over, would you still fit the same shoes? Your shoes blues line. Did you wake up to find someone has come to get his due? Is that what time it is? Tension building. Half past the blue. Now we got the whole story laid out. And we got a great half of a song. So now I've got to take it somewhere else. I've already raked this bad girlfriend over the coals and told all about what a horror she is. We've talked about the sheer horror of a lover gone berserk, fired off your pistol and screaming out your name, and it's like, oh, no, and all that. I don't know if you've ever lived through that. So now I've got a great little story there, but I've only got half of a song. So I've got to spread it out. I got to leave the realm of this bad girlfriend for a while and take it somewhere else and relate it to something else. So, as is often done in blues music, I take it to the animal kingdom. Chickens and roosters and monkeys, signifying monkey, told the lion one day, and all that. So now I borrowed from an old blues theme of the rooster. Actually, there was a song called "Drowning on Dry Land," where this rooster, where a puppy was peeking over the rail, and he bent over. Anyway, he ended up losing his head over a little piece of tail. It's old. It's a blues myth that goes as far back as, as anything in the blues. It goes way back. It goes back as far as the Stagger Lee myth. There's always been songs about Stagger Lee or Stagger Lee by a different name about this bad dude. Well, this myth about peeking over the rail, it goes way back. So I borrowed it. I'm back to my original format. Now you heard about the rooster who was peeking over the rail. They say he lost his whole head over a little piece of tail. Conductor asked the engineer what time the train was due. Meanwhile, on the train, and all the little hens saying half past the blues. Synchronicity there, the little hens didn't hear what the conductor was saying to the engineer, but the little hens were no less saddened by the fact that their stud rooster just lost his head at the railroad tracks, right? It's just all kind of the way unrelated events actually tie in together, right? So staying in the animal kingdom and borrowing from the signifying monkey myth, like the monkey told the lion from the coconut tree. He said, "You're the most ignorant looking jackass I ever did see." And that's softening the words up a little bit, as you could imagine. The lion said, "Come down and share your point of view." And the monkey said, "I'll see you around half past the blues." Real wise ass monkey, And the monkey knows that he's playing with fire. Someday he could get caught in the lion's claws, but that's not today. That'll be when hell freezes over. That'll be when it's half past the blues and it ain't that time right now. Until then, later. I get the better of you on this day, you know. So to tie it all up, you know, and the line is waiting till the kingdom come and the dam breaks, till the ghosts pass over if that's what it takes, till the pigs fly and all the dogs run loose, half past the blues. And then we'll revisit the idea one more time. Is that what time it is? Did you think this would never happen to you? And if you had it to do over, would you still fit the same shoes? Did you wake up to find someone has come to get his due? Is that what time it is? Half past the blue, half past the blue. So each half of that song has 3 different sub musical formats, okay? And so there was some point, I guess it was a real breakthrough when I brought my longtime collaborator, Buddy Flatt, into the song with me, because I finally realized that I was stuck. And I needed to take the song somewhere else. I needed a third section to complete the cycle. And so together, we came up with, is that what time it is? Did you think this would never happen to you? And if you had it to do over, would you still fit the same shoe? We came up with that whole section together maybe a year or 2 after I had the song started. And that completed the cycle for me. That's when I knew we really got something here. But, you know, that whole process that took years, in other situations, it could happen within a few hours.